I'm Cole McGlumphy, and I did the antagonist of the two stories. To start, we have Zahak. He's one of the scariest early rulers in the Shamade. The most important choice he makes is letting Ahriman, who is the spirit of evil, influence him. And because of that, snakes start growing out of his shoulders. But the real problem is we see what type of person Zahak is and how he's willing to give up on his people to follow. He's willing to reject justice and turn away from the divine order and his Persian culture. Persian kings were supposed to protect something called the cosmic order, which pretty much keeps the world balanced and fair. And Zahak does the exact opposite by letting Ahriman completely control him. Conte, on the other hand, makes different choices, but he ends up basically the same. Conte is a powerful king with magical powers, so he has the ability to take people's wives, tax people more money. In Mande culture, a good leader is supposed to protect and lead, obviously. And that's just not what he's doing. He's using magic and his powers to influence other people to make them obey him, which, you can't do that as a leader. Which leads me into comparing. Both of these antagonists break the rules and the values of their society, but obviously in different ways. Zahan breaks cosmic laws, while Samoro breaks laws of community. Both of these stories show the same outcome with leadership, and their people eventually rise up against them to make it stop, because what we see in this story is two leaders using their power to influence the people, and that's wrong. That's wrong. And the heroes like Rustam and Sundiata show up with good leadership and make it stop. And people consider them heroes because they help their people, and they show what good leadership is. And that's something that I learned from studying these people is, if something's not going your way and you don't like what the leadership is doing, then maybe you should step in and try to help out or make it stop. And that's exactly what Rustam and Sundiata do in the story. They teach us that having power, the story teaches me, is having power doesn't necessarily make you a good ruler. You still have to be a good person. Even though these stories come from different cultures, they still provide the same conclusion almost, or the same idea of the story. So that's pretty much everything I found interesting about this project. Seeing how two, like I just said, cultures create villains who show us how not to lead, and then we have a hero step in and make it stop, and it eventually falls apart. Thank you.